He starts at the age of 4.5. This journey took me from Baroda to Pune in '98.
It's a huge journey. I mean, years and years of practice together. And as a child, you were trained into Bharatanatyam and all.
Oh well, I will always be, being a male dancer, I will always be grateful for the parents. To handle success is one thing, but the biggest skill is to handle failures. You just need to breathe every day. You just need to keep on doing the work consistently with full conviction. And slowly things will materialize. But you don't have to predict the results constantly, because then your focus is more on results and not on the process.
So we have the most creative person, the one and only dancer in male category for Bharatanatyam, Mr. Parimal Phadke. If only you surrender, then the higher intelligence is here. It is begging to help you. So seek, receive guidance from the higher intelligence and heal. Once you heal, you will align with the higher dimensions as well as the divine calling from you within. So the one who has followed his divine calling, we have such a wonderful guest today who is present with us. He has followed his divine guidance. He has followed his inner calling and he is a superb creator. So we have the most creative person, the one and only dancer in male category for Bharatanatyam, Mr. Parimal Phadke. We are so proud, so blessed and so happy to receive and honor you here today at our podcast, which is the PP podcast. So Parimal, we call all of these people as proud pro-luxurians, and for me, you are a true proud pro-luxurians, because luxury with wisdom together is what happens, what makes a person a true pro-luxurian. And you have written so many books. The books are available online. You are such a creator. You are already associated with the Pune University, right? So please tell us about your journey. We are eager and excited to know about you.
So I should say my journey starts at the age of 4.5, when my parents saw I would just respond to music.
Okay.
And respond to music through movements, and this was in 1980s.
Okay.
In the city of Baroda. And my parents, especially my mother, took notice of it, and she decided to put me into the nearest dance class, which was a Bharatanatyam dance class. And that's where my journey started. And my father was a very nice silent supporter behind it, and my mother was an enthusiastic supporter who would take me to the dance class.
Wonderful.
This journey took me from Baroda to, we moved around because of my father's job. So we were also there in Lucknow, but I would come back to my first teacher, learn more during summers and winters and go back. And ultimately we moved on to Pune in '98. And that is when I finished my master's in dance here. But I also passed my UGC NET, which is the National Eligibility Test for Lecturership. So by the time I had passed my master's, I was already visiting faculty in my own alma mater.
Wow.
And I additionally added a postgraduate diploma in television production, which was, I was interested in script writing, as so writing is also my passion.
Wonderful.
But ultimately, everything turned towards dance. I finished my PhD just 6 years back, and I've been working as an assistant professor at my own college for the last 15 years.
Wonderful. It's a huge journey. I mean, years and years of practice together. And, as a child, you were trained into Bharatanatyam and all. So I'm sure you must have entered the glamorous field quite easily. So, when we say glamorous field, people know that it's related to films and celebrities and TV and television and media. So can you tell us about that journey?
I think post my master's, I got my first stint with an NFDC film, which was on Devi Ahilyabai Holkar.
Yeah.
And it starred Shabana Azmi, Sadashivam Amrakpurkar, all the veterans, and also certain beginners. And the first film to have a song direct at the age of 21 is really a kind of a big thing. It was not a commercial film, so obviously we know what the reach is. The second film was a restaurant, which starred Sonali Kulkarni, again a Marathi film. And subsequently, recently, I had a small cameo in my own student's film. Prajakta Mari is my student who did graduate in Bharatanatyam under me. So I'm featured in the climax song as an examiner for her. So I think due to my course in television production, it opened my eyes to several other medias also. And I had the privilege and the experience of working with certain ad agencies and even management companies.
Okay.
So during my struggling years, before I joined the university, I was also curating events, and I was also guiding certain agencies for how you can have an event with multiple genres of dance fillers, maybe for beauty pageants, maybe for conferences, maybe for product launches. So I think it gave me a 360-degree view of how this field of glamour works, which has a lot of hard work and sweat. At the same time, how much of dedication is required in a field like dance. So I think a 360-degree view added to my vision and perspective about how the working of this area is.
Wonderful. Of course, there are so many diverse aspects which I would want to ask you, and I'll come to it soon. But the word that attracted my attention was 360 degrees, because that is what we at Prolux believe in. So Prolux is a multi-experience center. We have 5 departments, and it gives a 360 degrees wellness programs based on Glamourwell philosophy, which is merging glamour and wellness together, and having self-love, self-care with the beauty zone and beauty spas, etc. So when we are talking about this 360 degree wellness, it also requires us to be a 360 degree person who is able to manage and navigate all these aspects. So you are a teacher, you are also an author, you are into films, and you're also training and guiding into choreography and events and other sorts of activities. Plus, you are a creator. I think the first line that I started with completely suits you. So, how is it made easy? It's in a flow, or what are the challenges that you face while you are doing all of this?
I think the biggest challenge, and also probably the biggest learning for me in the last 25 to 30 years in these medias, is role playing. To switch on and switch off from one role to shift to the other next role. And I think that has also given an understanding of the other person and also an empathy into other person's world. I think it's extremely important to understand that when you are looking at these professions, there are so many people involved into making this, be it glamour, be it academics. So every person is putting one's own best and one's own 100% efforts, and there are challenges, and because of those challenges, a person behaves in a certain fashion. So every person has one's own idiosyncrasies too. So the whole stage of accepting people how they are, and not constantly attaching one's own bias, I think that is something which has been the biggest learning when I say 360 degree view.
Wonderful. This is a beautiful insight. Everyone should take this and learn from this, because empathizing with people, accepting them the way they are, accepting our own needs and wants, etc., etc., and not reacting but just being responsive enough, navigating life with ease, with happiness, spreading happiness. At least if we can't make people happy, at least let's not hurt people. That is what at least can be followed for. And having said that, I could understand the depth of depth and deeper understandings of life systems, creativity that is fully filled within you. So I'm a little bit greedy, because I want my audience to know a lot of things, and catching it up in a smaller span of time, the best thing would be a rapid fire round section. So yes, we have this wonderful section. What is your favorite wellness routine?
My favorite wellness routine is waking up in the morning, having my first lukewarm water with half teaspoon of lemon,
Okay.
And then starting my session of fitness and yoga, because that has been with me since last 25 years.
Yeah.
I have also been a follower of the Brahma Vidya pranayam systems. So I follow a certain system of pranayams.
Breath work.
Yes, breath work. So I think the breath is an inseparable part of one's existence and understanding of one's existence.
Right.
So this is my first and the most topmost wellness routine without which I can't be without.
Wonderful. Even at Prolux, when we have these wellness sessions, so we have a 10 to 15 minutes wellness session where you enter into meditation. It's a 10-step process. But then we start with breath work. And I think in my book also, which is Wellness Redefined, I've mentioned that before even diet, meditation and exercise, what is needed is your breath. That is the key to starting off your wellness journey. That is what I feel. Wonderful. Best advice you ever received?
Best advice I have ever received is to handle success is one thing, but the biggest skill is to handle failures. If you are able to handle failures, then you will also remain unaffected during success. Because I think remaining unaffected in both these sides of the same coin is what life is all about.
Right, absolutely. Very, very wonderfully stated. So, are you a morning person or a night owl?
Morning person. Why morning person? Because we dancers we dancers need oxygen, and everything needs to be our hormones needs to be really at the right place. Our energies need to be at the right place. So we are a morning people. If we do it in the night, then everything goes topsy-turvy.
Yeah, and I can easily relate this to the circadian rhythm that we have. So it's better and best for the people who want to succeed and thrive and want to be proud pro-luxurians to have a morning routine, because then you align with the circadian rhythm and then everything is made very easy. So having said that, what is your wellness trend that you swear by?
Wellness trend. So I have changed my systems of fitness as I have aged.
Okay.
Currently, in the last 5 years, I have been following a routine where I don't go crazy after weights, but I'm trying to develop a more free weight exercise routine with the help of my physiotherapist guidance. So I am coming across some very interesting exercises which you can do at home, which you don't really require gym equipments for it, and make it much more complex and challenging. So I'm discovering this new area where probably you don't have to depend on anything. If I'm traveling outside, then nobody's going to give me a gym on the platter.
Correct.
So how can you just have develop your own exercises just with the help of walls, just with the help of supports like grills, and just like Iyengar yoga. So I think that is the trend which I'm really swearing by right
Wonderful, wonderful. I just love this thing, you know, changing your styles and adapting to newer things, easier things, because life, wellness, both have to be easy and simple. So unlike we breathe in air, water, we have ample sunlight, so should be wellness. Wonderful. And I think most of the times the word gym that came in, or lifting weights, because see, at the end of the day, why do we need muscle? Is because we need certain power and activity to do. We are not going to lift 100 kgs of goods here and there every single day. Even a farmer who's lifting that amount of weight does not have his muscles. So in getting those muscles, we are creating an imbalance between the body, mind, the ego, which is your identity, and the spirit. So if there's an imbalance in one section, which is the physical aspect, if you align more to it, then you will automatically degrade all of these things. You know, we have to somewhere keep the balance with the right facts and understanding of factual things that are going around. Wonderful. So yeah, now you are a creator already, but then what is the one thing that you will be grateful for in your life? Like one thing,
Oh, well, I will always be, being a male dancer, I will always be grateful for the parents.
That even I felt, you know.
Yes.
Even I felt.
Absolutely.
You know, for a mother and father taking their son to a dance class, a Bharatnatyam class, enrolling him, appreciating and encouraging him, not a single parent, but both the parents.
Absolutely.
You know, had it been a single parent, it would have been
a struggle.
Yeah.
But here, my father and mother.
You were born and blessed for that.
Absolutely.
You have chosen your parents very well.
Absolutely. I thank God every day for having my parents who have been there and guided me always.
Actually, that's so true, so nice. Having said that, we have one section of, you know, understanding and peeking into your personal life. So, any challenges that you have faced, and how did you overcome them?
Yes, I think post my masters, I had registered for my PhD.
Okay.
And I had received my junior research fellowship also. But our academic system is so complex that at times probably there is not so much of synergy in terms of facilities and infrastructure. And I'm talking about 2000, like 24 years back. So I was, unfortunately, due to certain turnout of events, I had to leave my PhD at that point of time. And it was a very discouraging moment. And I remember I was not finding a way out, but I always felt that you need to have a backup plan. And so I went to the Xavier's Institute of Communications to fulfill my postgraduate degree in television production. And see, Destiny's Plans. I was again drawn to Pune because of a project with a Kathak danceuse, Shambhavi Dandekar. We toured the whole world with that particular project, went on for around 7 to 8 years, very strong. And later, I got employed in my own college. And my HOD, Dr. Shubhangi Bahulikar, who was instrumental in making my PhD happen, I re-registered and the PhD just happened. Wonderful. So I think you just have to stay put. You just have to listen to what the word Kainat is trying to tell you. And you just have to pick those senses and just continue working.
That's why in my sentence I used "if you surrender." I started with that,
Lovely word.
And I could completely see that.
You have to surrender, absolutely.
So I have written this philosophy of surrender in the book as well, The Wellness Redefined. I'll surely gift you. Please
Lovely.
Read it and
I would love to have that.
Give me your feedback on that, what you feel about that. So into wellness, when I say I'm deeply into wellness, with wherein I mean that we don't need to do diet, exercise and meditations every single day, but we need to understand our own selves. And I'm sure you must have had your own wellness hacks, new philosophies, new things, and we all try newer things when it comes to wellness.
Yes.
So let's make it a little bit fun, wherein,
sure.
You must have tried in something and some things must have failed. So what were those things like,
So the things which failed, I would say, was I would constantly try to predict the result.
Okay. that's
I would constantly try to predict, I'm going to do this, so this will happen. I'm going to do this, and this will happen. But I think, and at that moment, I did not really understand the relevance of the Bhagavad Gita philosophy, which says, without any expectations, you must keep on doing your karma. I think over a period of time, I started understanding the relevance of it, that you just need to breathe every day. You just need to keep on doing the work consistently with full conviction. And slowly, things will materialize. But you don't have to predict the results constantly, because then your focus is more on results and not on the process. And that's why things need to be process-oriented rather than result-oriented.
The journey has to be fulfilling, more motivating. Absolutely. The journey has to be transformative. I just love the way you're so transparent and honest in sharing your real-time experiences. Because yes, of course, as a wellness coach also, when I train people, when you're not aligned with who you are, and when you're not focused on the process or the journey, what happens is you don't get to understand who you really are. What are the hurdles in it? You're just constantly fixated on the results. Then what happens is you have a fight and a dualism within you. Now this duality will, take you away from the results more and more. And rather than, if you find something which is not aligning with you, you can change your path and change the result as well. So that is what matters a lot. Thank you so much for sharing this wonderful insight. Is there any key message that you want to give to my audience?
I think probably what our Indian culture has always been saying is, when you search around for the truth or for that divine power, ultimately the journey leads to inwards. So I think the source of wellness lies within you. It's identifying that source which is most important, and the whole journey of life is ultimately going within you. So it's this journey of going within you, I think, is the most interesting one, and one should enjoy all those experiences which come in that way of coming and going towards you, within you.
I feel so happy and blessed that I have chosen you as my proud pro-luxurians with each and every answer that you're sharing. Definitely, yeah, your wellness journey has to start within. People are more focused when we hear the term wellness. We are focused on diet, exercise, gym. Okay, so this type of diet, this food, that food. Even we have broccoli, we have quinoa, and all sorts of things. But even if you eat anything, your body has the intelligence and the capacity to convert it into protein. Only if you're aligned with your inner self, and that is what has been a part of my journey as well. I usually don't find time for diet, exercise, and meditations. Of course, I have a system and a structure which is built in, but then I travel again. So now, for the same reason, I have created Glamoval systems where your routines are not fixed. There needs to be some factors in your life which are fixed and some factors which are variable. Now, if the variables are more, you have to lessen these fixated factors. You cannot stick to it, or then there has to be some non-attachment, right? So there's a simple logic that goes around on how you manage and balance all of these institutions. Plus, my research is on institutions beyond the spirit. So until now, human beings were mind, body, ego, and spirit. Now I say there are two more faculties which are developed, and my tools are for that, which is the soul and psyche. So that is 2:2 human kokoro. What is beyond the Kali Yuga is my thesis and research and patent, of course. So yes, I think that if we have the right knowledge of handling all of these aspects together, then wellness is easy. And the easy mantra, rather than knowing all the theories, all the complications, the evolution, the systems, the mantra that you gave is much more better. You just travel within and let your inner intelligence guide you. Just surrender to it. That's the wonderful key message that my audience can have. So in the section 4, we usually have glamorous activities or enacting or role playing to make this podcast, which is the PP podcast, a little bit interesting and engaging. When I spoke to Parimal about what act or what role play can we do, he had this wonderful suggestion. Of course, because he is a creator, I just love this concept. I will recite few dialogues or few concepts that I have written in my book, the proverbs that I have devised while meditation, and he will enact them. Wow, such a beautiful witnessing day today for me. Thank you so much, Parimal. So the first quote, wellness and mindful awareness leads to harmonious success. Wonderful. This is in my Wellness Redefined book. The second quote goes, for harmonious success, find the right balance between work and play. Something that will help you retain your creativity and productivity. Wow, wonderful. This is written in my Detox Body Mind Intellect book. And from the same book, the third quote, intellect detox is essential to develop virtues of openness, accountability, acceptance, and action in order to embrace higher wisdom. It allows us to heal and guides us towards achieving a flow state. Wow, I could feel the emotion. Thank you so much, Parimal. Thank you so much. I could just feel the emotion. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And yes, as rightly said, if only you surrender, then the entire higher intelligence is here guiding you. So it is there, just surrender yourself, immerse, heal yourself, and then move ahead creatively. You have met a wonderful creator today. See this podcast again and see his journey. You will find that he's surrendered, he's aligned to his inner intelligence, and that's why he's able to achieve all of these aspects successfully in his life. So the key message goes, surrender to higher intelligence and start your wellness journey within. To know more such insights, keep following our channel and we will come up with more and more such beautiful people, proud pro luxurians for this podcast. Subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram as well. Visit Prolux Wellness and Productions, a 10,000 square feet office in Pune, Baner. Thank you so much.